Hey, True Believers Englentine here, and are you okay? I am here with Eric Back Issue Breen.
Good evening, kids.
We've got the real Dr. Venkman, except no substitutes. And, of course, Puppetine.
Hi!
All righty, man. It's Jack Kirby month. We are well on our way here. And as a matter of fact, it's 3 days, I believe, until Jack Kirby's birthday. And we are going to talk about one of, in my opinion, one of his greatest DC inventions, and that is Mr. Miracle. And we're going to be going over Mr. Miracle #1, his first appearance. This is a little bit different than the comic book origins. Comic book origins, I go over it, talk about it, kind of rip into it, all sorts of stuff. When we do First Appearance Fridays, it is a real high school level reading of the book, and it is just a lot of fun, and that's what it's meant to be. It's just supposed to be stupid and entertaining, much like myself. All righty, so we will be having, I'll take the part of Scott Free. We've got Thaddeus Brown, played by Back Issue Breen. We have Oberon, the dwarf assistant, played by my dwarf assistant.
And you're going to have Venkman be Oberon? I thought
right.
It was
And the bad guy Steelhand is going to be played by the real Dr. Venkman. And also Eric is going to be taking narrative control. And you and I guess the three of us, we've got Thug 2, and Steelhand's assistant at the end. So I'll take Thug #1, Venkman Thug #2, and that way when they're talking to Steelhand, it could be Puppetine. So there you go. We'll all do a little bit of double duty. That being said, Eric, you haven't read this book, you told me, in a long time.
That is correct.
Yeah. Initial thoughts, though, from what you read before?
I was a fan of the Fourth World stuff. Not a worship at the altar fan. My favorite of the four was Jimmy Olsen, to be honest.
Right.
But I enjoyed them. I have 3 of the 4 hardcovers that have all of the issues. Unfortunately, the one I don't have is more expensive than the other 3 put together.
That does end up happening a lot, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, I remember enjoying these as a kid. As I grew older, I have learned to appreciate the fact that for a writer, Jack Kirby is an incredible artist. But so I'm looking forward to seeing how this is and if it holds up from memory and everything. So I am part of that DC universe. I get that. And that's where we're reading it from. All right. Everybody can see. Can you guys see the Mr. Miracle comic?
Mr. Miracle.
All righty. So right away, this isn't an iconic cover, but I've always liked it. It's not my favorite, though. The one, I think my favorite of the Mr. Miracle being launched in an escape trap, I think, is #6, the first appearance of the Female Furies. But I've always enjoyed this one. What do you guys think?
It's nice.
Okay, yes, with that gripping critique.
I think it is some of his finer work, honestly. When going through Eternals the past couple months, this captures that look without the unbalanced inking.
Right.
I like they have a dot pointing where Kirby's standing.
Say what?
You have a dot right there. It says where Jack Kirby's supposed to be. It says Kirby's right there.
Kirby's here. Okay. All righty. Let me get this into the guided view, and there we go.
Is he a master of spectacular trickery, or is he something more? You will have to decide when you confront the strangest, most incredible hero ever to appear in comics. You will see what he does. You will wonder how he does it. But always waiting in the wings are his 2 greatest enemies, the men who challenge him, and death himself. Meet Mr. Miracle.
Bum, bum, bum. This is actually you too, also, Eric.
I think that's you.
No, sir. Go.
That's Thaddeus?
That is Thaddeus Brown. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the first appearance of Mr. Miracle is not scot-free. It is Thaddeus Brown. We'll find that out later.
Oh. Secure the locks, Oberon. Make certain that the metal grips with unyielding firmness. We must give a flawless performance for that young onlooker.
Now that young onlooker, that's scot-free.
Your timing will have to be flawless, Maestro. Your life is at stake.
That's a young onlooker?
Not him. Him in the background.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And this, oh, by the way, guys, it says written and drawn and
Yeah.
edited by Jack Kirby, but inked by Vince Pauletta. So we all know he is the one that did a lot to Kirby's art. There we go. Okay, moving on.
Without that unique condition, Mr. Miracle could not exist. Remove my cape.
Don't go through with this, Maestro. I beg you. Be content with your past greatness. During these years of inactivity, time has passed you by.
Ridiculous. Time cannot erase the knowledge I possess of my trade.
But your reflexes, the lack of constant practice.
Bolt the door of this cabinet, Oberon. Now, proceed with your duties as my assistant.
Yes, Maestro.
No ordinary man could escape this trap alive, but Mr. Miracle can and shall.
Good Lord. He locked that bound man in the cabinet, and now...
Flamethrower on!
Are you mad?
Stay back! You must not interfere!
What have you done? I could see that you two are rehearsing some kind of act, but this?
You don't understand! He has a chance to escape!
Yes, if he can manufacture a miracle. Now pitch in. Get some help. Suddenly. What? What?
Crack! Bang!
This is amazing. How did you get free of your bonds? You had only seconds.
Professional know-how, son. Seconds are all Mr. Miracle needs to cheat death.
You are slow! Slow! Age has dimmed your senses and time has knotted your reflexes!
Don't scold me, Oberon. I'm doing well. Soon I shall do better. As for you, my boy, yours is a rare species these days. My name is really Thaddeus Brown, and I'm in your debt.
Surely you're joking. I was quite ineffectual. However, I'm glad you're safe. My name is Scott. Scot-free.
Ha! I don't believe it. Scot-free, eh? Ha ha ha! Forgive me, boy, but the name does evoke a reaction.
It has in the past, sir. I was raised in an orphanage, and many of the foundlings were given such names to sort of, well, make them feel as individuals. I should be on my way. Good luck to you and Oberon. Meeting you both has been a unique experience.
Wait, Scott. You strike me as a rather unique young man. See here.
Maestro! We have more company!
The new arrivals emerge from a car, moving with silent, evil assurance, symbols of organized crime in the atomic age.
Well, maybe I should stay and watch their act.
They're not dressed for show business. These men are a division of Intergang.
Button your lip, old man. The organization isn't crazy about introductions to strangers.
Yeah, we think you smell too.
Your gimmicks are rusty. The drag, man.
The boys are right. You creak like one of your antique clocks. Let me give it to you now, quicker this way than your way.
Your boss, Steel Hand, would like that, wouldn't he?
Hey, You're playing too rough. Put that gun away. And a gang plays rougher than this, Junior. Maybe I'll just give you a sample.
Junior sample.
Look out! The kid's playing hero!
Take out your man, Mr. Miracle.
Got him.
Blam!
Good. I think I could cool down these critics.
I guess that's my part.
Okay.
We'll see who's cooling down who.
Now you see. Hold it. The show's over, or do you want more?
Magnificent! I have never seen such reflexes!
Take their weapons, Oberon. I'm needed elsewhere. We'll see if you can walk away from this, Mr. Miracle. You cheap hoods, if it takes two of you to put down an old man, you're no match for a younger one.
Whack.
Are you all right, sir? Perhaps it was unwise of me to start this fracas.
There was no choice. They came here for this.
I realize that I have no right to ask, but are you involved in some way with Intergang?
Not with Intergang, boy. With their division chief in this area, Steel Hand. Meanwhile, in a sealed room somewhere in Metropolis, a report is made.
Why do you interrupt my radiation treatment, Stucca?
Well, it's important, Chief.
Jimmy Stewart.
It's about the Mr. Miracle job I ordered, isn't it?
It went wrong, Steelhand. The unit ran into trouble. You see,
Trouble? With an old has-been and a dwarf? All they had to do was push him around a little.
There was a kid with him. Fast. Good with his fists.
Shut up. Get off that closed-circuit TV. I'll deal with Mr. Miracle myself. As I do with all who defy me. With my steel hand!
Okay, man, keep going.
This thing's the end of my rope. Sniveling little loser with his hand blasted by a Tommy gun. Ouch. And then it came eternal luck in the hospital. A surgeon experimenting with transplants. He gave me this new hand. I didn't know its history, but with radiation treatments, it gained power. Power! My life changed after that. I smashed my way to the top of Intergang. Just as easily as I can smash this great bar of solid titanium.
But despite his arrogance, Steel Hand fears the loss of his status. Somehow, Mr. Miracle is linked with that deep-rooted fear, and thus, a brutal decision is made.
Herky, Nails, I'm taking personal charge of this Mr. Miracle job.
We know what that means. Dude.
Right. We'll get our best sniper.
As for Steel Hand's target, his house stands placed serenely as it always has, in a small, quiet suburb near the city. Only this time, it shelters a young visitor.
Mr. Miracle invited me to stay here as his guest for a few days. I just couldn't refuse. Not while this danger from Intergang threatens him.
Well, Scott, I trust that you find this room comfortable.
Very much so, sir. It's a young man's room. I feel at ease here. Wait, what? Okay. So it's the old man and Oberon, and he's got a young man's room. All righty then. He sounded like Speedy Gonzalez's cousin, says Rhaegar. Hello, everybody in the chat. I know we haven't said the hellos yet, and LK's asking and hoping that everybody in LA is okay. All righty. How does he pee without hurting himself? Okay, anyway, my question is, he's got a steel hand up to here, and if he smashes on anything big with any kind of power, wouldn't it just kind of break the bone right off? But okay, anyway. Continuing. Orphans somehow don't associate people with families. I should have known that you'd have one.
Had one, Scott. My wife is gone, and my only son, Ted, died in Korea. This is his room.
Oh, okay. Okay, now we know.
Ted was a wonderful boy. He loved to assist Oberon in preparing my act. He also kept an album of my exploits.
I see that you were once known as the Great Thaddeus.
Yes, it began with that name, but it outlived its usefulness. It was Ted who pointed this out.
But in this picture, you're costumed as Mr. Miracle.
It was all Ted's idea. He created Mr. Miracle and brought the art of escape into a new decade.
Ted must have been a great fan of Superman.
I'm sorry, Scott, but I'm really tired of hearing about that man. I feel a bit tired. The pace of rehearsing for this big trap hasn't been easy on an aging man.
The big trap? What is that?
I suggest we table that. It's a sore subject with Oberon.
You can bet your boots on that, Mr. Miracle. I'll tell you what I think of.
Have you seen this poster, Scott? We're planning to have thousands printed for the national campaign.
That sounds exciting.
Ha! Mighty clever, Mr. Miracle, switching the subject that way.
This big trap, which worries Oberon so much, I suppose it's really dangerous.
It is.
If you insist on knowing, yes, it's really dangerous. Even if I slip my chains in perfect time, I may not survive.
There's an X factor. Frankly, sir, your method should be of a caliber to eliminate all X factors.
Son, it would take a downright genius to improve on my methods of escape.
Maybe he is a genius, Mr. Miracle.
Well, I'm willing to listen to a genuine, bona fide genius. We'll test him.
I'm not a genius, sir, but I think I do have a bag of new tricks.
Look at him. He's reached into the bag and touched something. Now, look at him.
I'm ready.
Strange. He's so calm, so certain. Here we go, Scott. This isn't the big trap, but it should be enough to shake up the confidence of any brash youth.
The trap is not in the chain. It's in the brain.
By jingo, he's a poet too. That's a sure sign of genius.
The room falls silent, and a strange tension pervades the very air, as if some unseen presence was now a part of the young man, a part of his bonds. He doesn't move. He doesn't struggle to free himself.
Maestro, do you hear something? I thought I...
Look out, Oberon! The chains are flying apart!
Saints preserve us! The lads produced a real miracle!
Ink, 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 ink.
Now he's got to buy more chains now, that jerk.
Can Oberon be right? How did you do that, Scott?
Gadgets, sir. This is an age of gadgets. They work on gases, liquids, and solids.
And daisies. It was like he broke free of daisy chains.
Point of order, daisy chain is when you have a guy and a girl and a guy and is that doesn't take a lot of gadgets to break free of. Anywho,
Under
moving
the
on.
bridge.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wrong job. Let's move on.
There's more to this than modern technology. What's in that bag of yours, son?
Perhaps things like this. Who's to say that those chains couldn't fly apart under intense magnetic repulsion?
Very plausible. But I'm still curious about that bag.
Sorry about that, sir, but...
What's in it, lad? Surely not a diploma for sorcery.
My inheritance, that's all, sir. Things left with a foundling by parties unknown. I've kept them all these years.
And learned to use them, I see.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Pixel.
You can use them too. Ask his help. He could save your life.
Silence, Oberon!
Hmm.
Every professional must live or die by his own methods. I'm good enough to worry Steel Hand. He knows I could succeed in winning the wager we made long ago.
Don't you see, Scott? Steel Hand won't take chances. He'll fix it so he's killed.
I begin to see.
Good.
The following day.
Is he zeroed in, Sniper?
I'm waiting for the others to leave him in the clear, Chief.
Soon it'll be over, and I can forget Mr. Miracle. Before I lose face, he'll lose his life.
Any second now, Chief. The dwarf is tying him to a tree. When he's done... Goodbye, Mr. Miracle. All bets are off.
Thanks for joining us at practice, Scott. I'll really show you how well my escape method works.
You've devised a tough problem. Your timing will have to be lightning swift.
Roll that metal sphere, Oberon.
This is like the start of every YouTube video from the beginning of the platform. And you'd better not be there when it does, sir. Good luck.
This thing weighs a ton. It'll shatter your tree into slivers. The sphere is released. Work fast, Mr. Miracle. Slip out of this bonds before this thing hits.
Suddenly, from a distant hill, a sharp, ugly coughing sound is heard, and Scott feels death streak by him.
That sounded like, good Lord.
Ugh. Scott, I can't make it. Don't risk.
It's time for my method. Hardly any time to act. Here goes the power flows to the hand. Wham! Done. The spear has been diverted.
Too late, Scott. No more miracles for me.
As I suspected, he's been shot from a high-power rifle at long range. Easy, sir. Rest here while I...
There's nothing you can do, Scott. The act is finished. Steel Hand said he could devise the big trap. The one that was escape-proof. I should have known he meant death.
No more renegades for him.
Funny fellow, Steel Hand. Scott, don't leave.
I'm here, sir.
I knew it. I knew that something like this would happen. Why didn't he listen to me?
Don't disturb him, Oberon. Not now.
What is it I hear? A bird. Oh, a sound. A voice. Comforting. Easing. The pain is gone.
Die
This-
faster, old man.
This is what was in my bag. It looks like a box, but it has a strange power in it. And guys, why don't you take some comments, and I will be right back.
Oh, well, LK is saying that I am channeling a Venture Brothers character. I've never seen Venture Brothers, so I don't know. We don't get a lot of TV from under the bridge.
It's more like the Monarch. The guy who sound like the main villain.
Yeah, well, you know, picking a voice for Oberon was difficult because there are two ways you can go. But clearly, I did not go the.
I'm sorry. Every time I see him, I think of a freaking Oompa Loompa.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, Ed, next time I'll die faster for you.
No kidding. All right.
Everybody's a critic.
I was waiting for the Reds joke at the end. There, you're gonna say like, and let the Reds finally win a game.
They did.
And could they please die already? Damn. Yeah, I was actually thinking, but it's funny because he's reading it the way it's written. All those little so it's over. He passed away peacefully. I mean, that's what it is. Those are pauses. So when you read stuff, reading comic books out loud kind of reveals how silly comic book writing is sometimes. But it is kind of fun. So anyway, let's see. Hello to Manny. What's up? Oberon actually sounds like James Earl Jones. You think? And Sabrina's channeling Evil Black Cat. Okay. All righty. Oberon?
I thought. Did you say that it's over?
Yeah, it's over. He passed away peacefully.
I croaked.
Wait, how's it peacefully when he was shot? Okay, because Mother Box helped him. Okay. Yeah.
Poor Thaddeus. If only he hadn't been so desperate to make a comeback. He needed money to do that. Money he didn't have.
Well, at least I don't have to listen to this little shit anymore.
But you do, Eric Breen.
That's why he went to Steel Hand. To remind him of a long-standing wager.
Go on, Oberon. Tell me the rest.
Thaddeus had met Steel Hand in a hospital years ago. Both men had serious injuries. To pass the time, they made the wager. Steel Hand boasted he could stop Thaddeus with an escape-proof trap.
And I can guess the rest.
Is that a way to tell me to shut up?
They set an amount, something like $10,000, and shook hands on it when they were separated at the hospital.
Yes, it was only recently that we saw Steel Hand's picture in the newspaper, where he did not come a long way, too notorious, too powerful to ignore or lose a wager. But Thaddeus saw him again, and now this.
Days later, a newly confident and relaxed Steel Hand enjoys some novel entertainment.
Well, Stuka, I see that you built a new toy.
Just for you, Chief. He was expensive, but he may be a match for you.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I can use a workout for the Steel Hand.
He's not made of tin cans, boss. He can punch holes in a battleship.
So can I. Activate his hand, Stuka. Make him grip my hand.
Okay, Chief. With this remote control gizmo, I can also increase the pressure of his grip.
Not bad. Not bad. He's powerful, right?
Shall I up the pressure?
Yeah, that's it. I wouldn't be surprised if he could crush a building. But my Steel Hand is something else again. Nothing can match its strength. No power on Earth. My Steel Hand is made of a giant. See?
Whoops, sorry.
This was just child's play.
No one but you could have done this, boss. This metal hand is a wreck.
Well, he was good for a lamp. You can chunk him now.
What? Boss, behind you.
You! I don't believe it. You're dead. Dead.
The age of miracles isn't over yet, Steel Hand. Look again.
But it isn't possible. I saw you put down for long counts. I was there.
I'll bet you were.
Get wise, Mr. Miracle. Forget about our bets.
Not a chance. It isn't the money I want to win now. If I get out of the trap you set, I claim your written confession to the shooting.
He doesn't see me press the button. He'll be taken care of now.
that's you.
Get him, boys. Nail him.
Mr. Miracle, he's alive.
The guy's a hoodoo.
That'll put him to sleep.
Good work. I'll take over now.
Why don't you use your steel hand on him? He'll never live through that.
No. This time he gets what he asked for. An escape-proof trap. If this was the trap I was preparing for, I soured the wager. Hello? Give me the secret inter-gang missile site.
I wonder what's up, Steel Hand. I wonder what's up. Steel Hand has ordered him. It's all in the way you read it, isn't it?
It's behind a picture wall.
What's up, Steel Hand?
I don't want to know. Hey, there's his car now. The rock.
I wonder what's up. Steel Hand has ordered immediate launch.
There's his car now. The rocket's ready. If he is.
Start the countdown as soon as we get the go-ahead.
Hurry, men. The rocket nose has been specifically constructed with the anchors for the chains.
Tie him tight. Make sure you can't move. He's coming too.
Clear the launch area. Countdown has started. So, this is the big trap. Clever. There's no return from space.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
The answer is to escape before you reach space.
3, 2, 1. Lift off.
There goes Jeff Bezos. It's going up, and he's still on it. My hat's off to any lug who can die twice.
The missile. It blew up.
Well, that's what I call a complete job.
Chief, if Mr. Miracle comes back from that, he won't even be in a shape to haunt a house.
He was a weird one, all right, but he was human. And humans don't have 9 lives. Steelhand is still top man. Remember that, you birds.
When Steelhand returns to his lavish office, he jauntily opens the great doors and is stopped cold in his tracks.
Is the dim light playing tricks? Or is there someone sitting at my desk?
Come in, Steel Hand. It's your office.
No, no, no!
Yes, yes, yes. You're not seeing a ghost. Mr. Miracle is very much alive.
Then you gotta die again. I'll get you myself. I'll crush you like a wooden ant. Nothing can stop the Steel Hand.
Crash!
Bankman?
There's no place you can run to. No place to hide.
He sliced through the desk and chair as if they were butter. The Steel Hand is no myth. It's the deadliest of weapons.
Time is running out. I almost have you cornered. Now, Mr. Miracle, you've just about had it. I don't know where you got free of that missile, but
I can show you how I might have done it, Steel Hand. I might have hidden hypersound intensifiers in my gloves to break those metal chains. See what sound waves do to your steel hand?
ow!
Perhaps I used a miniature retro jets to blast free of the missiles.
Zoosh! Bam!
And a compact cocoon spinner, which turns out yards of plastic material at fantastic speeds. It may have made a chute for me, but it will wrap you up in a package for the law.
My Steel Hand is stunned. I can't get out of this.
As for beating you to your office, take the lowly squid. I might have used air jets to shoot myself across the city. Come in, officers. He's all yours. The charge is homicide.
You timed this perfectly, Scott.
Bankman?
We've been waiting for the chance to haul you in, Steel Hand.
Thanks, Mr. Miracle. His conviction will wreck Inner Gang's Eastern operation.
You've got a great act, Scott. I'd be proud to assist you.
Done, Oberon. From now on, we're both part of Mr. Miracle's super escape artist.
After you do something about that hair. And so the act goes on to other satanic and sinister situations simmering with, sure Stan Lee didn't write that sentence, with mounting magnitude to juggernaut joust with the super escape artist's greatest adversary, death. He will always be seconds away, swift, relentless, final. Follow Mr. Miracle. Enter the next trap, the impossible X pit.
Bum, bum, bum. That is fun.
That was exciting.
Yes.
My
I
voice is
did.
shot
I
now.
got that fun.
I like that. That held up. What do you think there, Pixel? Or Puppetine, excuse me.
Oh,
What do you
yeah,
think
yeah.
about Puppet?
I don't know about this Pixel guy. Hasn't he only appeared on your show like once?
Once, yes.
It's
yes.
all been me. You think you'd realize, but
Well, you're taking my identity, and now you're taking my old job.
well, anyway, I really did enjoy this. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. But I mean, there's not much more that I could say. I think that it was fine. I believe also credited as a writer is Marv Wolfman. So I think it was a collaborative effort.
Okay. Well, that would make a lot of sense. How about you, Venkman? What'd you think?
I thought it was great. My voice is shot now. I'm just kidding.
You got to cough a little bit of it up. I know. Sometimes it gets stuck.
And
You
yeah,
should
let me
hear
know
watching
from
the
the let me know from the chat. What did you guys think? Not only of the reading, but of the book itself. And Eric, it's been a while since you read this. It's been a while since I read it. What were your thoughts on the subject?
I'm still getting over the disappointment that Venkman was kidding when he said his voice is shot.
Well,
yeah.
I just want to know, was there a reason why you had him play the guy who gets killed off?
Yeah, he was the oldest.
Yeah, if I'd remembered how old he was, I would have done an older voice. But I forgot because I didn't even remember that wasn't him. No, that was
me too. I gotta admit.
I would have put some mage into the.
Yes, it's up like this the whole time.
Yeah,
just a
whippersnapper.
Oh, prospector voice. Yep.
No, that was fun. I'd forgotten how much fun that book actually was, and it might have been because we were hamming it up while we were reading it.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm a serious actor, Breen.
Well, it does have some silliness to it.
You're a piece of felt.
Yes. It does have some of that Silver Age silliness to it, but it's still entertaining. It was still enjoyable. It is what we're looking for out of comic books that we can't find anymore.
It was back when thugs was thugs.
When thugs was, yeah.
I like the humor with the bag of tricks. I'm waiting for the book of Who's Who's.
Alrighty.
These guys got a bag of tricks. You can't see it in there. Got my stash in there.
Hey, look, it's not Blue Origin, says Rhaegar. It's a hell of a lot better than the modern day Mr. Miracle. The one that's going on right now, I would recommend everybody stay away from that.
What? I never heard of that. We talked about
didn't Tom King's run end it?
No, it's not Tom King. It's some other guy, and it is horrible. In the opening scene of that book, he's doing that halo from space, the halo jump. And then after he comes home from space, there's a scene where he's talking to a psychiatrist, and he talks about how as a black man, he is oppressed in America. He is in space, and he does a halo jump for his viewers who all lavish him with tips and money. And then he talks about how oppressed he is. He's in space. Anyway.
Space.
This is a hell of a lot better, man. This is just fan freaking tastic in my opinion. Now, I did hear of the fact that Jack Kirby wasn't the greatest writer, but this one I think is better than his other stuff. I've recently read the entire run of Devil Dinosaur, and it's entertaining, it's enjoyable, but you can see the flaws in the cloth. So I can believe the whole Marv Wolfman kind of helped him write this out. So I don't know, but I'm liking this, and I'm very, very happy we decided to look in on a couple of Jack Kirby things. His birthday, I believe, is the 30th or the 31st. Like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Okay, so it is 31st, I think, because I know it's the last day. Yeah. So absolutely would like to do something on the on his actual birthday, maybe something where we're talking about more of his books and such. So
I think from now on, when I read the Bwahaha Justice League, I'm gonna read Oberon in Puppeteen's voice.
Yes, we gotta do this.
You need a slight accent to it, just a little bit, because it's just how I differentiate what I'm doing for a voice.
I thought for some reason it was the 30th. Shit, I'm gonna be doing an auction. I can't do anything tomorrow. Well, we'll do something. We'll do something on.
When I go into reading these guys' voices, like I try to change them up. Like those who watch it, I Love Puppets.
Mm-hmm.
I did name her with the higher whiny voice, so they can like it all.
But here's the flaw in that. The man that lives underwater, the amount of pressure that his chest, goes through, he would have a much deeper voice.
But that's the thing. That's what you're expecting, though. So when you don't
you're
get that,
subverting expectations.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
But like this guy though, this guy tonight though, like the main guy, the fists or whatever.
Steel hand.
You know what the correct response was, Vank?
What's that?
Yeah, but he wears a Speedo down there. He's so constricted, isn't? Of course he's a Soprano.
No, but this guy smokes cigars. I think him like I gotta get in my Eric Breen voice, closer to Jameson, but not too close.
Sue, I assure you, it's just shrinkage from the cold water.
Hey, Miss So, how you doing? And she says, "Drat, keep missing these." Please watch it on repeat. We didn't get a huge audience for this one tonight.
That's funny. That's like the 7th reading in a row where she's come in and said, "Drat, I keep missing these."
I know, right? Maybe she's not missing them, but
I miss this. So what?
No. But hey, it speaks. It speaks to the fact that she at least likes to hang out for the hangout part anyway when we're talking at the end. No, I'm glad we did this. I was having a little bit of trouble today, so I'm glad we came on. These are a lot of fun. It is. Good time.
When I look at Thaddeus, I picture like Jeff Bridges in the role, the long hair. If this was made in the late 80s, early 90s, they made almost a miracle movie.
Okay.
Tom Cruise would be Mr. Free.
So next week it starts. We're in September. We don't have any particularly themed month going on, so we could do any random hero or anything like that coming up.
I say Chuck Norris, Karate Commandos.
You want to do Chuck Norris Karate Commandos?
Why not? It's like a 4-issue miniseries. You could at least do one of them.
Yeah, or we could actually go through it and talk about it like we would do on our flashback, on our Throwback Thursdays. I try to watch them on replay. I follow many comic channels. I usually am elsewhere when you guys go, oh, well, that kind of hurts.
It would be a fun one.
If you're going to be elsewhere, you should at least be on I Love Puppets.
We didn't do Daredevil #1 yet, did we?
No. It is a fun book, though.
Yeah, I like it, but I'm a huge Daredevil fan. My original thought I did really just want to do Daredevil every day. I've got the entire, I bought on Comixology, I bought the entire run through the Frank Miller. So I have every issue ready to go through up to the end of the Frank Miller run. So
did we ever do a first appearance of Star-Lord? Marvel?
We've never done Star-Lord. I've got right now also I've got Polka Dot Man on deck. So
I was looking at Star-Lord, Marvel Preview Presents #4. wow, that is a little bit of violence.
Okay.
And because that was like Marvel's like their Black Label kind of magazine. So some of those books actually have nudity, and I was like, I was not expecting that for the adults.
Yeah, we got to watch out for that kind of stuff.
So I mean,
more than likely, we won't be doing the first appearance of Vampirella. Just saying.
Why not? Everybody likes it.
Yeah.
Actually, the first appearance of Vampirella, she was just a horror host, and she was drawn very cartoony.
Yep.
Well, those stories though are also very adult, and in that first issue, there is nudity and such. So.
That's right. It's too much for Venkman's eyes.
It's too much for YouTube, and I know that there's somebody watching my channel right now waiting for me to do something they can flag me for. So,
Dan Slott.
Yeah, well, you know what? We've recently gotten back on the radar, so yeah, that happens. Not even a little bit. As a matter of fact, I do want to make a couple of videos based on that. Based on something that really bothered me that got said. That's probably going to be on Sunday. Also, I'm going to make one for Old Man Comics where I'm just going to tell everybody I'm giving up on the new books, at least on new Marvel and DC. I have nothing against pointing out towards independent comics, because here's my thinking for it, and I said this backstage. If somebody starts up an independent comic book and they want to put their politics into it, have at it. It's your books, your characters. I think that the likes of Spider-Man, the likes of Superman, and so forth and so on are too big. It definitely does not belong to some writer who's going to be on it for 10 or 12 issues, and in these days less, and then go on its merry way. Brian Michael Bendis, John Kent, he screwed John Kent up, and now he's gone. You know, that's just the way it is, and it leaves readers with a shell of a character they used to love. And this issue, by the way, had John Kent declare that he wanted to rule the world, and then he assaulted a police officer. And he was supposed to be the character we were supposed to root for. I'm sorry, I wanted the cop to arrest him. But on the other channel, I'm going to talk about independent comics, and I'm going to be doing back issues more. So there you go. Keep an eye out for that. And I'll do a little video announcing it and discussing and so forth and so on.
Cool.
But let's see. As far as I will mention the Dan Slott stuff, because first of all, it's not my story; it's Jimmy's. Yep. I appreciate everybody pushing the live stream and everything, and I appreciate everybody who's come on to watch it. It is Jimmy's story, not mine, and I didn't want to be one of those like, ha. Look, I'm going to capitalize on it a little bit because that's what you do. But what bothered me about it was it didn't occur to me when we were talking online. One of the things he said, of course, was I could show you so many mainstream articles, blah, blah, blah. Nobody ever talked to us. So I want to do a video talking about that, talking about even people like myself who was lambasted for wanting to reach across the aisle to want to bring people in to talk. They never did. These news articles never talked to any of us. So I want to kind of expand on that and do a video on that one. So that one's going to come up probably on Sunday. I do have some business on Sunday, but yes?
You should take the opportunity right now to pronounce your name.
Anglentine. Ang, like Avatar, Ang. Lynn, like Lynn wine, Lynn. Teen as in teenager, not me, but there you go. Anglentine. Yes.
And my name is Puppet Teen.
Yes. God bless you, Jeremy. Thank you for the shout out. But he said it wrong like 3 different times. And I did notice that I think it was Bleeding Cool misspelled it as many times. So yes. But yeah, it is Anglentine. I guess the Spectre was right about John Kent. I bet they will do some comics talking about how great our sniffer in chief is. Ew. Yeah.
You left that. He also lectured his dad too about not doing enough.
Yeah.
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 I'm sorry. What?
That was
John Kent. Yeah, he lectured his dad.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mentioned that in my review. How he told Superman of all people, and then I said I stopped saying, and then Superboy says, and I started going, and then Tom Taylor says, because the character you're seeing is not Superboy. The character you're seeing is Tom Taylor. The character you're reading, anyway, is Tom Taylor. He is absolutely somebody who put his own voice into the character.
Okay,
Horrible writing.
So he's screwing up Superboy and Nightwing simultaneously.
Yeah, pretty
he's
much
on a roll.
Yes, he is.
And I'm just kind of makes me surprised that DC actually made a good comic book decision with the new Batman writer.
Like I said, Tom Taylor, give him an Elseworlds and then leave it at that.
Well, remember, and I pointed this out, and nobody backed me up on this. He managed to work income inequality into the zombie apocalypse in Deceased.
Okay, you saw something we didn't.
You talking about the whole thing with the penguin thing and all them in the little?
I don't remember. I think it was issue 3 of the.
They were on. Yeah. It was like the Tower of Babel kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So no, I said they're all, every one of them. Well, I shouldn't say one. 99% of them are ideologues. I mean, committed ideologues that have one. They have like 3 tricks and 2 plots.
I am
because someone pointed out, once you make a character gay, there's no more compelling stories to tell. Every story is about them being gay, and you can't give a gay character any conflict. Leah Williams tried, and she got death threats for it. So they'll just be bland. Like I said, every Tim Drake story will be about him being gay. There'll be no more adventures. It's just, because you're not allowed to do anything with those characters other than have people sit around and emotionally validate them.
No.
And that's the problem with making characters gay. It's not that they're making them gay; it's that they stop writing the characters as anything but that they're gay.
There was also brought in the chat. I'm talking about Josh Williamson, who is taking over for Batman in December.
Well, he did write the best 4 issues of Tom King's run.
Yeah, the button. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was another one, The Price, in the 60s. There was another Flash Batman crossover.
As much as I like the guy, he's going on Batman, and this is being still a Fear State, which is the next one, still continuing 5G.
Yeah.
He's going to run into what Venditti and all other guys running into. They have to write this, this horrible events instead of writing what they want to write.
Yeah, like he had to do with Hawkman. So let's see. We've got it is same thing as it is for politics. These people are looking for sides, not rational debate. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Josh Williamson is awesome. MK, we definitely agree with that. I love comics equals comics Florida man. That's actually, maybe that would be Old Man Comics. Change that in there, or I could change it here because I love comics is. I don't know if that rings true now. I love back issues. I love independent comics. But maybe Comics Florida Man is a good name.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Having fun. Yeah, I'm having fun, Ed. That's
the third.
Thank you.
The probably the one DC title that I'm just absolutely loving is The Flash, Jeremy Adams, because it has Wally West back being Flash, and he's got his kids in there. Barry's not involved. It just feels like I'm going back to the Mark Waid run.
Substance D, how have you been saying he loves Spidey? And there you go. And hail Zeno to Robert Roberts. Look, I really did not appreciate what that guy did with Jimmy. Jimmy's a sweet kid. He deserves better. He even deserves more than what Jeremy did when he kind of laid into him. I understand because basically Eric and I, we didn't go so hard, but we definitely tried to convince Jimmy that you got to be careful and you can't really trust these guys.
Oh, I said he'd turn on him probably that night. So,
and he did. You were right.
He did.
You were right. But there are some things that need to be said, and I do want to go over. It's kind of funny. It's some of you have heard this before. Some of you have experienced it. But with what was said, I just want to get that point out there. So there will be a little bit of a history, obviously through my eyes and what I remember of it.
It's just in the world of technology, if you say something and you're being a dick to someone, don't be surprised if it gets released.
The thing is, Jimmy, one thing that not a lot of you guys know is we all share a DM, so we're all talking, and Jimmy shared the Dan Slott conversation before he posted it, and he asked us. He said, "Please do not repost this." So Jimmy just wanted to vent, and he wanted to talk about it, but he asked us, "Don't repost this, don't." And then Dan Slott went that one bit extra. He went way too far for Jimmy. Jimmy was willing to stand by the guy for a long time and then just kind of done.
And as Jimmy's pointed out, he's a fan of Dan Slott's Fantastic Four. He's even enjoying it, but the way he treated him, it's like, well, I'm done.
Is he going to buy it now?
I don't believe so. I know that Zach, who's always on here, Zach Richards, who's been reading Fantastic Four, he said, I'm done. After he saw all that crap, I'm done now with that. And as he should. I mean, why give money to somebody who's just going to sit there and just make fun of you, or belittle you?
If you are a comic book fan, and I don't say pros because they're all whack nuts, but if you're a comic book fan and you can see that exchange and side with Dan Slott, then you suck as a person. Because there's no way to look at that and think that Dan Slott is in the right.
Unfortunately, I think a lot of modern day comic book writers and artists aren't, how to put this, they don't have the appreciation. I think they see it, there's a hierarchy and the readers are on the bottom. And I've said this before. I've said this in the debate with Ethan. I've said this on my live stream many times, and it is the same every freaking time. Without us, what you're doing is a hobby. Without the person willing to pay for it, it's a hobby. That's just the way it is. If you're not making money off of it, guess what? Hobby, not a job. Not really. Not really.
I guess, to clarify that real quick, if I had an exchange with Dan Slott, it would have looked a lot different than if Jimmy did. If somebody could see Dan Slott's side in an argument with me, I can see that. But Jimmy was willing to not only give him the benefit of the doubt, he was siding with Dan Slott over our side.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's he sees that he still has, like someone pointed out, maybe just a little bit of stars in his eyes, or maybe, just, being young, but, he was a lot nicer to Dan Slott than almost anybody would or should be. And he still got crapped on by this giant man baby.
Yeah.
So that's inexcusable.
Yeah. Like I said, and this is what people do. I hate when people block you and then still talk about you, and that's what Dan Slott did to Jimmy too. We saw that.
Yeah.
He didn't drop his name, but everybody who saw him would have interaction before this, especially the behind the scenes, knew it was a passive aggressive jab.
But you know what's good about this though? Dan Slott, star maker. Jimmy's already picked up over 100 subs since this. And
the live stream, which had kind of stalled around 300, is now over 600.
Yeah, I said, Yellow Flash made a video defending him. Jay made a video defending him. Jeremy tried to make a video defending him.
And then it went right after him.
A Comic Book Hut, of all people, has gotten on the Jimmy train and tweeted out saying, this kid deserves subs. Wes made a video defending him.
Wes's video.
So, I said, and this is going to be in the best. If Jimmy, who clearly wants to do something with his channel, this is going to end up being the best thing that ever happened to him. So thanks, you fat piece of bleep. You made it happen.
Well, yeah, and that's one of the things that Slott said, that anytime you talk to any of these bad faith actors, remember that's how he described Jimmy. He says you give them a boost, so you shouldn't talk about it. And yes, even not talking about, saying you're not talking about it, is talking about it. And it's ridiculous that he calls Jimmy the bad faith when Jimmy was going, wait a second. No, he was acting within good faith then. Yeah, I've been watching as many of these as possible, and I haven't seen Yellow Flash. I didn't know he made a video of it, but I watched Jay's. And Jay, if you're listening, God bless you and thank you very much, because Jay stood up for me on the fact that he mentioned that, of course, Dan Slott said that I'm part of this group that went after marginalized people. First of all, I never marginalized people, and that I went after them because they were. And Jay mentioned he himself is always invited on this channel. Dalton is frequently on this channel, and he's gay. And if you guys remember, I corrupt bisexual black man. I've had, as he's put it, the spectrum on this channel. And I can't begin to give a crap. And he even mentioned the fact that I give so little of a crap that I accidentally outed my own daughter. And if, by the way, and this is true, if you come on this channel and give a hint of any kind of bigotry like that, if you drop a slur, you're out. And there's no second chances.
There were two black guys on that stream.
Say again?
There were two black guys on that stream.
Yeah, there weren't there?
Yeah, we're just so full of racism and bigotry.
I bet Dan Slott's never even met a puppet.
That he didn't like under a bridge.
England team marginalized me. Yeah, but that was one-on-one there, Ash. That wasn't because of anything you are. That was who you were.
There are just some absolutely disgusting people in the industry right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just think it's funny though, because if Dan Slott thinks that he's gonna win any favor anybody, he just made himself look worse and just killed any hope for his comic books.
No, but he thinks he's fighting the good fight, and he won another important victory.
My question is, and because I haven't really looked, I can't. I'm blocked by frickin' damn near everybody. That is one of the perks of being an OGCG, is that you're blocked by damn near everybody. And so I don't know what they're talking about. I don't get sent things that Scott Snyder or any of the people that might go in those particular circles. I'm definitely blocked by him, by Mark Wade, by Kurt Busiek, by Eric Larson. I'm blocked by damn near, surprisingly not Heather Antos. That one survived. I was there on Milkshake Day going after saying, hey, look, I don't know if I'm on your side. Where's the proof of what you're saying? And just because I was asking for proof, I was a hateful bigot who didn't like women. I love women. 2 holes in a heartbeat. They are awesome. It's but it's something that they actually, I want to find out. I want to find out how are the people who write and draw comics are how they're dealing with this. I think that's the big thing there.
Well, it's been a lot of fun. I think I have to go. My boss is calling me.
We should stop this before we get more derailed, because we actually finished about at 48 minutes. We're an hour and 3 in. Thank you very much, guys, for those of you who actually stayed all the way through and enjoyed the reading. If you haven't seen the reading part, please watch them. They're a lot of fun. I think you're going to be entertained by it. And if you want to join in, come on sometime. It's a lot of fun. It really is. It is a lot of fun to do these readings and to visit these older comic books. Mr. Miracle still holds up. Glad to say that. Like to thank Eric Breen, our narrator, and our Thaddeus Brown of the night.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, the real Dr. Venkman, except no substitutes, who played Steel Hand and various thugs.
Good night, kids.
And we had Puppetine as Oberon.
So long.
And thank you guys in the chat for keeping things going. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching.
Hang on real quick, Puppetine. Good night, kids. Go.
Bye.